welcome back to my channel. So today, as you can tell by the title, we're going to talk about what I pack when I'm taking my dogs on a trip. So this trip is kind of where we stay overnight somewhere. It's not, I suppose I'd probably take the same thing if I was van lifing it too. But this is definitely an overnight thing, not just a day trip. So yeah, to be honest, with most of these, you'd probably just take if you were going on a day trip anyway, but I have created this with the intention of it being an overnight trip. So let's get into the video. Right, so the first thing I want to talk about is crate, beds and blankets. So we always bring our dog's crate with us. Crates actually, we've two of them. When we go traveling, this is because if we go and stay, we always stay in a dog friendly hotel or with friends or family, but we don't like the idea of the dogs just running loose all the time. Now, obviously the dogs are loose most of the time and when we're in the room, but if we decide to go out for dinner or something like that, I don't like the idea of the dogs just running loose in the room with no supervision. Not only is it, that they could cause some damage, which they never have before and they don't chew things, but there's always that possibility. Or maybe, they have an accident, which again has never happened, and it never happened in a crate either, but you never know. Or finally, there could be something dangerous in the room that we didn't even see, or something like maybe it's not like dog reel proofed or anything like that, and they could hurt themselves. So the crate is just a safety aspect, as well as the fact that they love their crate. It is their den, it is their place. So if Oscar, as many of you will know from past videos, and if not, you can meet my dogs, I'll put a tag here. But Oscar doesn't like new things straight away a lot of the time, so sometimes it's unfair to put him into a new environment, just expect him to be okay with it. However, he loves his crate, so if you bring his crate, that's his place. So no matter where it is, he has got his place, his den, and he can go in there and he can feel okay about everything. So if your dog isn't crate trained already, I highly recommend it. And I'm even going to leave a link below to our rescue centre, because we recently did a blog post all about creating your dog. So I'll leave that below if you want to read it for more information. So another thing I like to add is towels. Our dogs love to be in the water, love swimming. Or if it starts raining. If we decide to go for a little walk in the woods or something like that, or they're really mucky, they're really dirty, and we know it is summertime, but if they go into the river, then come out and then around in the mud or the dirt, they get really dirty. If you're going into a hotel or you're just in dog friendly accommodation, it's not nice to have it all dirty. So I always bring towels, that way we can make sure that we keep the accommodation nice and clean. Now, so another thing I bring along the lines of this as well is coats. So I do have coats. I'm actually thinking, as I was putting this kind of together for you and for the video, I actually have so many clothes and coats for the dogs, and I actually picked the two newest ones. So some of you will have seen this coat in a recent dog haul, so it was actually the first haul or the first video I ever did. So you can check that out up there. But when I picked the two most recent ones. Actually I didn't, I got two newer ones in this. And you would have seen that if you're following my Instagram, or Oscar and Ellie's Instagram. So if you check that out, then you will see the newer coats over there. But yeah, so this is kind of along the same lines as not getting mucky, not getting muddy, the smell of wet dog, and the dog friendly accommodation. We like our dogs to go on the bed or a couch, and that's not really fair or nice if they're dirty and wet. So this is Ellie's one, which you will have seen on Instagram. She looks so cute, and it looks like little Adidas stripes or Adidas stripes, and it looks really cute. So this is Ellie's one, and of course Oscar has to have a matching one, so this is Oscar's one. Now you'll already have seen this in the other hauls, so I won't talk too much about them. But yeah, that's following the same lines as well. I know you can get a dog friendly, what is it, to wipe clean their paws. It's like a little thing and you put their paw in, clean it out, and helps to clean them. Don't have one yet, but we haven't actually really needed it. Kind of towels have been doing the same thing. Didn't add this in, as in I don't have it here. Wipes is another thing which is really handy, if you can get your hands on them, dog friendly wipes or even baby wipes, but not like scented or chemical ones, like the really just water wipes. Those are really good too. So, leads. I like to bring extras because when you're traveling, you know, you could lose them, you don't know if you're going to be near a shop that'll sell a lead, and yeah. So, I like to always bring an extra lead if I can. How cute are these ones, by the way? My mom picked them up. She was in London recently, and she picked up these in like a Disney shop or something. I'm not even sure, but yeah, she always brings them back presents, which is cute. And it just says can't catch me. Oh, it's upside down. But can't catch me, and then it's got all the 101 Dalmatians all over, which is really cute. So of course have to be matching. Got two of them. So one for Ellie, one for Oscar. I also like to go hands free, so sometimes I attach this to this. Now, I'm not actually recommending this because there are so many good like belts you can get on Amazon and places like that. I actually have to pick one up, haven't done so yet, but there are a few on my list that I will be looking at. There's this fly that's literally just keeping me company all day. But anyway, so what I've been doing is I just put this around my waist, attach this, then I attach these to that, and then walk like this. They go from there. But the reason I do this is I actually have a shoulder injury. I had it since January, so since then I knew, well, at the beginning when it was really bad, I obviously couldn't actually I couldn't walk them at all, but then as soon as I could, I decided that I was going to go hands-free because it was just too painful. And I have to be honest with you, even though I still really can't, I would do damage if I did it. To be honest with you, even if my shoulder was perfect, I probably wouldn't really do normal walking on like long walks ever again. The hands free, I've gotten way too used to it, and yeah, I recommend it to anybody. Not the way I'm doing it. Get yourself a proper belt. But yeah, I highly recommend walking hands free. So the next one I'm going to talk about is probably an obvious one, but it is of course poop bags. So wherever you go, really, it's not nice to just leave your dogs go to the bathroom whenever they feel like it. Well, yes, you should leave them go to the bathroom wherever they feel like it, but as in, you should always clean up after them because it's just not nice for anybody else who's walking by. They don't want to be walking on that or seeing that or anything like that. So yeah, be a good person, get poop bags. Next thing is food. I actually had this packed and ready to go, so I didn't actually have to do this. So I bring food in like little Ziploc bags. Now this is actually kind of a go bag, so I actually only have one portion of food. This one's Ellie's. Ellie actually gets twice as much food as Oscar because her metabolism is so high. It took us about 12 weeks, at least 12 to 16 weeks to get any weight on her when we got her. She was a rescue. If you want to know more about her, that you can watch in that video as well. But Oscar, because of his weight condition, no, he doesn't have a weight condition, because of his heart condition, his weight has to be pretty spot on. So he actually gets 1 cup every day and she gets 2. And then included in that, of course, is his medication. So if your dog has any medication that they need to take, make sure you take them, and make sure you take extras. Make sure you take extras of everything. I always take extras of food and extras of medication because they are important. I mean, the food you probably get away with unless your dog has a very specific condition and a very specific diet, which Oscar does. He's on the cardiac diet, but it wouldn't destroy him if he had to eat another type of food. You know, that's more of a kind of precautionary thing. And it is for his health, but as in if your dog is prone to gastroenteritis, for example, then your dog can only eat very specific things. So make sure that you always bring extras just in case something happens, in case it spills, or you know, I don't know, with the medication, sometimes maybe you pick it up and then you drop it and you can't find it. I always bring extras just in case. Those things are important. Next thing was in most recent haul, I believe. If I haven't linked it already. No, no, it was the same as the coat. No, it wasn't actually. It was the second haul. So this is the second haul. I'm going to link that there. And I got these really cute collapsible bowls, but I wanted really big ones so that I could actually feed them. And this is Ellie's one. I have one for Oscar as well in grey, but this is Ellie's one. Then we got this, which was actually a cup, or like a human cup thing, and it is collapsible like cup, but I use it for water sometimes. So I just pour the water in there and they can drink out of it. So that was in like Deals or something for like €1.50. Deals is like Poundland in the UK. But that's for us in Ireland. So also included with that is water. I have to get them a proper kind of refillable water bottle. I tend to just refill water bottles I have at home, or I buy a bottle of water for them, or if there's like any kind of public water area, I can use that as well. But like, you know, the taps or whatever. But I do need to get them a proper refillable water bottle that I can just, you know, bring. I know there's a lot of different types and stuff that I've been seeing, but considering I already have the bowls, I just want the water bottle really. Right, so the next is toys. Didn't actually show any toys. Or don't have any toys to show you. I'll put some photos. But we don't really give them toys, especially unsupervised, if we are going out and leaving them in the room or in the apartment or wherever we're staying. We wouldn't really just, you know, give them a toy and not supervise them, especially Oscar. Oscar has a real habit of killing any toy. Like, he won't just play with it, he actually has to tear it apart, rip it to shreds and destroy any toy. So it's just really not safe to do that. However, toys can be a good distraction when you're with them, when you're out and about, helping them to settle in and things like that. So toys are a good idea as long as they're safe. Treats. So these treats actually all came from the Buster box. So Oscar and Ellie get a Buster box every month, and this is what they got this month. This is not sponsored or anything in any way, this is just what they get. So this month they got this, which is a duck. Then there's Harrington's fresh bakes and their lamb. It was like a barn kind of style. These are Go Native grain-free dog food. And then this is just Buster box, so it must be their own homemade treats or their in-house kind of treats, but it's just Buster box. Just says digestive treats, mini bones. We haven't gotten into these yet, but they do like the duck ones. If you watched my stories with Oscar, then you will have seen that I gave them a choice of which ones they wanted to open, and they chose the duck ones, so I gave them some of that. So yeah, treats are always a good thing. Chews are a very good thing as well because they keep them distracted. I mean, you could get a Kong type toy or something like that, fill that, but oftentimes you don't have a freezer in the room. Oh, and it's a lot of effort. It can be messy getting the ingredients. I think it's better just to get kind of a chew toy, not chew toy, but a chew that'll take them a while to get through. And yeah, again, just go with a safe one that they love, and it kind of really helps them to settle in and, you know, keeps them busy as well. Another thing is cooling mat. Also, just before that, I go into that, with the chew toys, it's kind of the same as the toys, or the chews, it's kind of the same as the toys, because Oscar has a habit of not chewing. Like, he'll just like swallow big gulps. I've actually had to like save his life one time because I had to like literally take it out of his mouth because he was going to choke. So make sure it's safe for your dog. Like, we have to do like Dentastix he's fine with and things like that, although he doesn't get them often, but he does like those. But he, for example, one of those really, really tough ones, he kind of just like has to eat whole, so you have to like cut it up from things like that. Just so with your dog as well, you know, if that's the case, then don't just give it to them and then go out for dinner or something, because, you know, chances are they could choke on it. So okay, yeah, so cooling mat or cooling jacket, which I've seen recently. Again, if you were on my stories, if you watched my stories, you would have seen when I went shopping for the last haul, There's like this whole array of stuff, and one of the things that was really interesting was they had cooling jackets, and I thought that was a cool idea, to be honest with you, because with certain breeds in particular, now I'm lucky the two of them are okay, but with certain breeds in particular, labs, rotties, any brachycephalic breeds like bulldogs and pugs, French bulldogs, those kind of dogs have such a problem with overheating. Like they overheat so quickly, and actually having a jacket is kind of a cool idea to wrap around them. But yeah, or a cooling mat, especially in this weather. I mean, you have to go with the weather. If it's going to be cold, you want to give them more jumpers and jackets and blankets and things like that. If it's going to be hot, you're thinking cooling mats, cooling jackets, and all that kind of thing. And finally, I just want to talk about a safety one, which is make sure your dog has tags on it. You may or may not decide to put their name on the tag. I do. I know there's safety concerns. That if someone was to see your dog, they would know the name by the tag on the collar, and that's why a lot of people don't put the names on the collars. However, I'm a bit of a rebel, I guess. I like having the names on the collars, and I think it's actually more traditional than anything else. I kind of figure as well, like Oscar didn't go into no one, like, he if you're not in his family and he hasn't met you a couple of times before, he wants nothing to do with you. He's not going to anybody. Ellie will go to anyone regardless of whether her name's on a tag or not. She's everybody's best friend. So if she wants to like go to you, it doesn't matter if she's a tag on, she will still be there. So I don't know. I do understand it. I do get it, and I do understand why other people may decide not to put their names on their dog's tag. However, I figure if they're gonna get stolen or some person's gonna be horrible enough to do something like that, they're gonna do it regardless, aren't they? Like, so anyway, that's my decision. So they do have their names. So tags. Make sure your dog is chipped. Both mine are chipped, and that again is for safety reasons. If they happen to run away, I mean, any dog, no matter who they are, they can get scared. Something can scare them. If there's fireworks or a gunshot or something like that, they hear it and they could be gone. And if they're not chipped and they have no tags, so hard, especially if it's an area you don't know for a start and you're not a part of, because where do you start? So that one. Another one you can get is a tracker. I don't have trackers for my dogs yet. We have thought about it because we do plan on going maybe abroad with them. If that's the case, I will be picking up trackers for them just in case. You can never be too safe. And finally is a camera. So we do have a doggy camera. You can get other ones like Furbo and things like that. We got one with a Buster box actually. So when it was like our welcome gift or something like that. Which is really handy because if you want to set that up, you can check out what they're doing back in the room when you're not there with them. So that's another idea too. So yeah, that is everything that I want to talk about today. I have actually linked a blog post below that I've created to go with this video, and in that blog post I've created a whole downloadable PDF for you, so a checklist with everything I've talked about today. Any other tips have been added onto it as well, and if you are going traveling with your dog, maybe you want to download it, print it out, and then you can check it off and create your own little packing list for your dog. So I'm not going to take up any more of your time today. I hope you have a fabulous weekend, and I will see you again next week. Bye.